Hi guys, welcome to Developers Academy. Today we will learn about Git. In the initial part of the video, we will go through some basic theories, and in the later part of this playlist, we will learn how to use Git commands and how the Git works. Please hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so that you are the first one to know whenever I upload a new video. So, what is Git and why should we use it? In this video, I will answer all these questions. So, Git is a distributed version control system. For example, if you have a file on which you have been working and reworking for a long time, all the versions of the file are saved in Git and you can easily get back to every version. Git allows team of people to work together all using the same file or different files in a project, and it helps the team to cope with the confusion that tend to happen when multiple people are editing the same file. So you have access to all the versions of all file in Git repository at any time. It's almost impossible to lose any part of a code. Multiple developers can work on one project at the same time without interfering with others and without fear of losing any changes made by someone else. In Git, the possibility of collaborative work are unlimited. So here you can see that we have a server repository and few local repositories. So the local repositories are the clone of server repository, and the developers can work on their local repositories, and when they will push the changes, the same thing will be reflected on the server repository. Here you can see that we have a master branch, and this is a master branch, and these are some commits which have been created by some person who is working on this repository. So here what we can see that we have a master branch, and then we created a branch from here, and we are working on our changes, and someone else is working here. After that, a third person also came and created his own branch, and he is working here and committed some changes here. These dot are representing some commits. Okay, so here we are working on this commit, and someone else is working here, and some other person is working here. After that, we whenever we complete our work, then we merge it with others code. So generally we merge in the develop branch. We will learn about the branching in the later part of the playlist, and the other person who is working also merge their code on the develop branch, so that all the codes are merged and we have a single source of code. So now we will understand why should we use Git. Suppose you are working on a project along with some other developers without Git. In this case, you will have to copy the folder of the project and pass it to the other developers. So let's take, suppose this is the folder of your project and you want some other developer to work on it. Then what you will do is you will create a zip file of it and give it to the other developers, and they will unzip it and start working on it. Now, to merge the changes of other developers, you will have to ask for the copy of their project folder. So, suppose you want to merge it on your system, then you will ask the copy of their the project folder from other developers. And in this case, you will have to merge the changes manually and give the so suppose you have merged the changes in a new folder or in the same folder you are using. So in this case you will have to again zip it and pass it to the developers. They will delete their code. Okay, so suppose they have deleted and now they will create a new they will unzip your folder again and start working from the new code base. So in this, the merging will be a time consuming process because you will have to go through the changes they have made and add it in your project. And sometime you can miss the changes they have made. so that can cause some error also. Also, to maintain the version of the project, you will have to copy the same project again and again, and maintain the project folders to version the project. So let's suppose you had initially one project folder, and you were working on it, and you have completed some version, so you will name it as 1.0 version. And now you need to work on some other feature. Then what you will do is you will copy it, the project folder, and name it as 1.1 version, and start working from here. So by this way, what you will do is you will copy the same project again and again just to maintain the version, and this will consume a lot of memory, while Git does it for us automatically using the snapshots. So in so you don't have to copy the folder again and again, and also it doesn't consume lot of memory. That is also a benefit of using Git. Also, suppose a scenario where you had developed some feature in version 1.1 of the project, and later you deleted the code because you found that the code was not useful, the feature was not that useful. But later in the future you want the same code, because you want the same feature to implement. Then what you will do is you will again rewrite the same code. But in case if you had used Git and committed the code, then what you can do is you can cherry pick the code from the past version, or you can check out the past version and copy the code from there. So don't worry about the cherry picking and checkout, we will discuss it later in the playlist. Okay, so now we will understand about what is distributed version control. So in previously we used to had a centralized version control system, where these local repositories were not created, and the people directly used to push their changes to the server repository. But in this case, suppose server goes down, then the work will be stopped. And now using the Git, we can use distributed version control system. So in this, what happen is everyone creates their own repository, which is a clone of server repository. In the later part of playlist, we will see how to clone the server repository, and everyone start working on their working copy, and save their changes and stage it, and then commit it to the local repository. So we will see how to stage and commit the code using the commands. And after committing their changes, they just push their change to the server repository, and this is how everyone. So after pushing the changes to the server repository, other people can take pull from the server, and they will get the updated code from other developers. So this is the benefit of using distributed version control, that whenever server goes down, the work doesn't hinder, and everyone can work on their own local repository. So trunk based development. So now we will understand what is trunk based development. So here in this image you can see that we have a master branch here, and some other nodes here which are commits or can be a branch also. So in the trunk based development, what we can do is, suppose this is our version 1 of the project, and now we are working on this same version to develop some other feature for version 1.1, and also we are working some other on the same project to create version 2.0 of this same project. So what we can do is we can separate the branch, and few developers can work on this branch and some other on this. So what the others developer will do, they will create their branch from here, and later they will merge it in this master branch of the version 2, and the developers working on the version 1.1 will post their changes to the master branch of version 1.1 after completing their testing that it is working fine, or and if it is working fine, then they will create the build. And if the version 2 will work fine, then what we will do is, so we will merge it in the master branch here, and post the version 2 of the project. So this is called trunk based development, and we will in the later part of this playlist we will understand the branching strategy in detail. So guys, that was all for the introduction part of the Git, and in the next video we will see how to set up Git and how to start working with Git. Thanks for being with the Developers Academy. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon. Thank you.